everyone, hope you're okay. So this is Factorising part 2. So last lesson we looked at factorising where we just had to find a number, the highest common factor that went into both parts of the expression. So today what we've got is, so let's look at the difference. So this time we might have a number that goes into them both, but we've also got a letter that's common in both parts. So we're going to set it up in exactly the same way as we did on Friday. So you're going to put your answer in the box and we've got to work out what went around the outside. Okay, so we've got 3x squared here and we've got 5x here. Okay, so I'm going to figure out what to put on the outside. So first of all, is there a number that goes into both parts? Well, there is, but it's just one, isn't it? You can't divide 2 into them both, or 3 or 4 or 5 equally. Okay, so 1 divides into them equally. So you could put that there if you wanted to, but 1 isn't something that we tend to put, but you can put it there, like I say, if you want to. Okay, well, let's look at the letters now. There's an x in both of them. Now in this one, we've got an x squared. Okay, and on this one, we've just got an x. So what's common to both of them is just a single x. I can't put x squared on the outside because x squared isn't here, so it's not common, but a single x is common. Okay, this is quite handy to think about as looking like this, 3xx. So this is what I would probably show you in class if you were confused. This is the same representation of that. It just means 3 times x squared, which is the same as saying 3 times x, which is this. So I like to show you that there's one single x that's common to both, so we can put it out here. Okay. So now we've got to figure out what would go along the top. So what would I multiply my factor by to get the answers? So let's look at the number first. Okay, let's ignore the x's. So what would I multiply 1 by to get 3? Or 3. Okay, and let's look at this part now. What would I multiply x by to get x squared? Well, I would multiply it by x. Now, if you use this little diagram here, we've taken out a factor of x, so one of them has disappeared, so there's 1 left, so it has to go up there. So you could think about it that way as well, okay? And then this part now, so we've done that bit, and this part, we'll ignore the x. 1 times what makes 5? 5. I've already got an x out here, so I don't need to put anything else. So my answer to this would be there'd be 1x on the outside, and on the inside of the bracket, remember, is what's along the top? 3x plus 5. Okay, let's do the second one. So we're looking at, we've got 6x squared, and this time we've got a negative 10x. Okay, so let's look at the numbers first. Don't worry about that being a negative for now. What goes into 6 and 10? I hope you're all saying 2 at me. Okay, so 2 would go on the outside. Now remember, this is the same as saying 6xx, and that's 10x. So we've got an x that's common. Okay, so x is also going to go on the outside. So 2x there. Okay, let's ignore that part. What would I multiply 2 by to get 6? 3. And I've already got 1x, but I need another one, so I'd put that there. So 2x times 3x makes 6x squared. Okay, the next part, let's ignore the x. What do I multiply 2 by to get negative 10? So this is where you need to bring in the negative part. Okay, so what do I multiply 2 by to get negative 10? Negative 5. Okay, there's an x there. I've already got my x as the common factor, so I don't need to put anything there. So this time, my answer is 2x on the outside and 3x take away 5 on the inside of the brackets. Okay, so you have a go at the couple of questions that I've set you now.